What's up, F-Words? It's David the Caveman bringing you another episode of Cave Art Adventures. Today we're going to continue our work on our brick wall diorama, which is the back side that we started on the first episode we did on this. Isn't that thing beautiful? Heck yeah, it is. And today we're going to continue work on our lines for the lineup part of it. Very tedious work. I am excited to get it done though, as tedious and repetitive as it is. This is the thing that I do and I love it, so you know what, I can't complain too much. If you guys have any requests, any topics, we can discuss all sorts of things here as long as they're nerdy. What I wanted to do with these lines though, I wasn't going to connect them at first, but now I feel like I do want to connect these lines, at least on the rectangles. Yo, who be calling me? Woo! Alright. Now, I always say you lightly press when you make some actual like engravings onto your foam. There is a way to erase your lines here, but it's not going to happen if you press hard. So they have to be very light. And what you do to erase them, if you do make mistakes, is you get your sanding stick and you sand away what you need to sand away. Now that that's out of the way, we can keep going with this part. There's certain projects that I'm definitely going to tackle on camera and work with you all through and through, and there's others that I'm going to do at home and leave it up to you guys if you want me to work on them with you, in the sense of I'll make another one with you guys. But with the way that time goes and stuff, I can't always say that I'm gonna be patient because I really like making this. It lags a bit on the channel. Oh, what channel are you going through? Are you going through Roku or YouTube? If it's YouTube, it might be my internet connection. For that, I do apologize. If it's on Roku, that one's out of my hands. I'll definitely send that note to my producer. He might be watching right now, I don't know. But either way, if you can let me know which one it is, I greatly appreciate that. Oh, on Roku. Okay. Well, that's no fun. Yeah, brother, I'm gonna pass that forward then, alright? Because I don't want you guys to go through that lagging. Is it just the video? Is it my voice? Or is it everything? If it's everything, I'm just gonna have to call my my internet provider and just have a talk with them about it, because you know, then it's probably just the internet. If I have to pay for better internet, I'll get that money together. Voice is fine, video's choppy. Okay. Well, darn it. Yeah, it's probably gonna be a mixture of both of those. I'm not gonna get too worked up about it, because the show must go on. If you're here on TikTok, thank you so much for supporting me through here in any way that you do. If you're just chilling to chill, that's awesome. If you're chilling, sending comments, sharing, following, and of course gifting, that is always greatly appreciated. And I just gotta say, you guys are the ones feeding my addiction, so thank you so much for that. Alright, so yesterday we left off drawing these lines up. I gotta remember my measurements just so I don't mess this up. Boom, go to the second one, and then we go to half, and then 2 more. Boom. So what I'm doing here to speed up the process is I'm actually making my marks first before I line them up, and that's just going to help me get there a little quicker. And remember, if you're at home working on this, the little space is 5 inches, the other space is 6/8. We are working together to create a diorama for your personal collection. I really hope that you guys are having fun making these. Oh. I'm gonna start using a pen so that you guys can see the lines that I'm making. Once I start lining these dots up, you know, playing connect the dots, you guys will see a lot clearer. Pardon me. Oh no! I'm dying! Yo, I don't get these puzzle pieces here. They're like, even though we see your face, you're not here. I'm like, okay, sure. I guess I'm just chopped liver over here. But it's okay. Thank you again, guys, for joining me. I do have fun making these. I don't want to apologize for it being so tedious because this is part of the craft. I'm going to be saying that a lot because I know people get discouraged by something that's this, you know, demanding of you. But honestly, the more you do this, the faster you're going to fly through it. There will be times where, guess what? I'm going to be, you know, a little tired, you know? But that's also part of it. Especially when we want to make the progress that you want, you know? But aside from that, why don't we change the subject to some cool stuff? Advanced audios. What's going on here? Oh, looks like we got my producer helping out over here. Thank you so much, sir. Everyone, drop some thank yous on the chat for my producer, Richard. What's my YouTube again? My YouTube is Cave Art Adventures. My show on Roku is also called Cave Art Adventures, and I believe I changed my name recently here on TikTok, so it's less confusing for everybody. Thank you for asking that. Also, I will be starting playlists on my channel now, my YouTube. I want to upload all the tutorials that I've made here, all of my break out the box videos, and what other ones? Yo, does this help? Hi, looking good. Thank you, admin. Now you can see who's in the chat. Right on. You guys, we do have a live chat going on at mydiytv.com. If you guys go there, there's a giant red button on the left side. If you guys click on that, you can also join that chat through there. I believe through your phone and through the computer. Oh, you don't say. Okay. think I should have done this with pencil from the beginning just so we could see the progress, right? That's always the money shot, the progress. Yeah. And here we go to that. And this is why I wanted to make my marks first before, instead of making my marks and drawing in every individual line. This way, it's a lot faster for me to go through. And these are the little tricks that you should take note of. Save you time. It's only tedious on one aspect of it, and then everything else kind of just falls into play and allows you to move a lot more smoother. There's some feedback there. We good? I think we're good. I'm a trust the man that knows what he's doing with computers, because I am technologically. Like, oh snap, he's in the mood too. I'm really glad that I caught him and caught his live just in time to check out this guitar solo, because honestly, the guitar solo, aside the DeLorean, is probably the best part of that movie. I will say that I have plans to make some of these lines thicker. In a way, I kind of just needed these down. I needed to make these markings first before I made them thicker, because I'm going to need to know, visually I need to see which ones I'm going to adjust. Yo, John Bailey says, to me, my X-Men. Woo! What's up, John? Making displays. Yes, sir, I am, for the action figures. Are you using a T-square or just a ruler? This is a... I have a T-square, I do, but I'm using my yardstick. It's like my favorite measuring tool that I have. It's probably because I took it from my mom's embroidery shop. So I'm making good use of it. If she sees this, she's gonna finally know that I have it. She ended up buying a whole new one. I was like, oh, okay, I was about to return it. I swear, Mom. Don't get mad at me. Don't come at me with a chancla, Mom. I swear I love you. She's wonderful. She's camping this week. She invited me to go yesterday, but I had to tell her, I can't, Mom. I'm on TV. She actually doesn't know yet that I'm on Roku. And partially, oh, well, my sisters could have told her. It's just that I have a hard time speaking Spanish sometimes, and she's mainly a Spanish speaker, so can you imagine that? So, like, I have to show her physically what I mean. Otherwise, she's gonna be like, "Gay," and, well, you know what I mean. I don't want to leave my mom with more questions than like answers about what the heck I'm talking about. But yeah, once I get a chance to visit her, I'll definitely show her the Roku website and all that. But I did tell my sisters, and I'm kind of just talking about that kind of stuff right now. I told my sisters, and they were very proud of me. I'm pretty sure they're gonna tell her. since they're all camping together, you know how the chisme goes. If you tell the right family member, the chisme will just do its magic and get to everyone eventually. Okay, so here we go. And of course the numbers, once I print them out, they will be going on like at the tip of these rows right here. Let me show you guys. At the tip of these rows is where the numbers are going to go. And of course the lines do go all the way down. I think just because it looks so cool right there, I might go over those lines again. Nah, I can just leave that. I know what I'm doing there. The next part to this, I gotta work my printer. Well, I would need my computer for that. My computer is not free to use at the moment, so I'm gonna have to wait on those. What I can do, however, is, since this is pretty much done with what I can do for it, but do you see this extra space that I left here in the bottom? I'm gonna texture that differently than the rest of this, obviously, because I want this to be the area with the lineup. I want that to be smooth, right? So the bottom part, which is the 2.5 inch space that I created there, I'm going to texture. As soon as I find my handy dandy, where I thought I just had you. Oh no. Oh geez, Rick. Okay. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna teach you guys how to make a texturing ball. I'll be right back. Okay, well, plans change. I found my original texturing utensil. This is a big old geode that I've had for many years. I love this thing. It was a gift from my father-in-law. I still haven't cracked it open. He really wants me to, but I just think it looks so beautiful the way it is. Like, doesn't it? You can imagine what kind of neat stuff is in there. This is what I use to texture my walls. I'll show you guys right here. Yeah. Okay. Well, it seems, I hope everyone can still hear me. Is this mic still working, or are we using my camera mic? Huh, okay. Well, if we're not going to use this mic, I'm going to pull that away. Let that be its thing. I'm going to aim this down for you guys. So like I was saying, I'm going to divide this just so that you guys can see this line a lot better. I'm going to divide that with my pencil this time. I mean my pen. Because now that I'm sure that's where I want it to be, that's an okay move, you know? Boom. Now you see my divided line. What I'm going to do from here is I'm going to roll this geode all across it. So let's do that. This is how you get texturing on walls. There's many ways. If you guys don't have a giant beautiful geode like I do, what you can do is you can get a smaller rock and start covering that with, start wrapping it with tin foil. Wrap it up, wrap it, and wrap it up again. And then once you get like a medium-sized ball, something like this for your tin foil, you know, let's use our imagination. Once it's that size, then you can start doing what I'm doing and rolling it over the areas that you wish to texture. And that's how you get this kind of texturing. I chose to use that geode just because it's such a beautiful thing. And I used this one that surprisingly enough looks like a heart, but like a human heart, not like an animated one. What's up, Dross Beef? And because it has these points right here, it allows me to get really close to these lines. So now those lines are also decorated with some weathering instead of being left alone and smooth, which sometimes looks like, you know, like it's ignored or like the tool didn't cover. And that's the goal of this texturing. You want to cover every spot that you can and not leave too much smooth. And that's just for this, you know. There's always different looks. If you're comfortable with some smooth areas, that's fine, you know. Like I said, you're expressing your art. I'm just trying to show you ways that you can, you know, enhance those. Yeah. I'm just trying to teach you some tricks and hoping that you find purpose for them either in this piece or in the next piece that you do. There we go. And then I'll run this one just because it's got a different texture on it. Give it a little bit of push. There we go. What you don't want to do is you don't want to press so hard that it actually rips the foam. Remember, you just want to texture it. You don't want to create little craters with it. Okay, and now it has a whole different texture on the bottom. You can see how it's lined up on the bottom and the top of it. Yo, Dross, thank you for the ice cream, bro. Tempting me. Yo, thank you for becoming a member of the team, Cash. That's freaking awesome. Once I hit 30 members, I will start producing content just for you guys. That people will have to wait either a long time to see it, or they might not see it at all, you know? And because the texturing looks really good there, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to follow that, not completely around here. Well, actually, yeah, we're going to do it. We're going to follow that same texture and technique all the way out here in the border. We're going to leave the inside of the lineup smooth, and then these are going to be textured. So follow along. Try not to go over, just so that your eyes don't you know, see that later and then you go, oh man, I made a mistake. Nah, we're gonna practice coloring within the lines, okay? And I'm already liking this a lot better. If it was all the same texture, I think you would think it's too singular, too single dimensional, you know? One dimension. Help me here, guys. Y'all speak English, right? I hardly speak it unless I'm cursing, and I can't do that here, so. There we go. So I have a few different ideas on how I'm going to change these lines. I want to edit one of these to where the one that's going in 1/2 inch, which is the one closest to me, you know, these lines, I want to leave those skinny, and then the ones that are 6/8 in, I want to make them a little thicker. And I'm wondering on how I can do that without taking away or adding too much. What I'm feeling is I have these plastic pieces here. I have a sheet of plastic. It's very thin, and I can always cut that to, like, let's say 1/8 of a size, you know, like thick, and then just run that under on the lines that I'm trying to adjust. I hope that makes sense. It'll probably make more sense once I show you what I'm talking about. Let me get that. Yo, Cash, thank you for those cones, brother. So what I have here I have a mixture of little plastic pieces. I have some L-shaped ones. As you can tell right there, it's L-shaped. This is for corner pieces. I like to decorate certain projects with this so that it has, you know, more depth to it, and layers. Layers upon layers and layers will always make a project look so much better. But here are the ones that I want to show you. I should move these off my work area. So, as I was saying, the ones in the inside, I want them to be thicker. And I'm going to have to be very careful when I place these individually, because I'm going to have to eyeball this so that it's within the middle, you know? But yeah. So that's what I plan on doing, but for that part, I'm either going to add these or I'm just going to paint them in. Personally, I think I would rather use these little plastic sticks here, just because, one, it'll give this more depth, more layers. It'll be cool when it protrudes off the board. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I think so. Yeah. Sorry guys, I just had to make my mind up so I'm not like constantly thinking if I should or shouldn't. That's what I want to do, but I'm gonna have to order more of these because I do have a limited amount. But I feel like they will look great right there. They do come in different sizes. There's a skinnier version of it. I bought a whole bunch of these. They come in sets. I'm looking at the skinny one right here. Yeah, my original thought was I should use these skinny ones on the longer lines and these thicker ones on the shorter lines, but that might be too hot, you know, there might be too much there. This way it's not cluttered with so much detail, and it still gives the, you know, it still allows you to see what I want you to see. Sometimes over-cluttering a piece is going to be your downfall, so you really got to gauge on how much detail you want to put into something, especially when we're dealing with, let's say, action figures that don't have all of that much detail in them. You can tell that well, first off, I make my dioramas for action figure collectors, so if I added way too much detail and this guy wanted this project for like Marvel Legends, I'd be overdoing it. If he wanted it for like Mescos or something else like that, then I could see myself adding all of the details to it. You know what I mean? But I kind of want to follow the formula that is given to me in the way of these action figures, in the way that these are made, and the way that they look. So sometimes less is more. Okay, now that I've made up my mind on that, I'm going to pick out all of the ones that are the same size. I might just have to buy a whole new set of these just so that I don't use these that are already painted. Even though it's kind of convincing me to use this color palette. I like the gray. I might end up using the gray, at least the color, to paint the borders and the bottom wall, bottom part of the wall that's divided, right? But until I order more, just in case I have to use these, I'm going to separate them from my L-shaped pieces that I have here. Just because I'm not going to need the L-shaped ones. This one is thicker than all of those. That one can hang out over there with the L shapes. That one can hang out here. Then we got some skinnier ones. Okay, cool. As you can see, I'm definitely gonna have to order more. Yo, Bartman, what's up, buddy? Everyone that's on YouTube, thank you, thank you. I'm here. Your sound is off. Can I come in? I hope the sound is fixed on YouTube. I don't know how that happened. Looks good so far. Not sure why it sounds like that. All right. Well, that's just how the cookie crumbles today, I guess. I'm not gonna be too upset about it, as in not at all. Cool. Now we know what we're gonna use these for. I do have a box of similar material. All right. This is where I can get craftier. These are the same pieces of plastic that I just pulled out, except for these are a little skinnier, which is totally fine. I do have more of these. It's always making me think like I should use these. But do I have enough? I still don't have enough. Yep. I'm gonna have to buy a whole new set, which is totally fine. Those are like $16 on Amazon. Or hear me out. I can use these plastic sheets that I have. You can also find these on Amazon. I use these to cover certain areas to make them look more like electrical boxes, or more like metal plates or panels. These work great, especially if you have a airbrush that you can airbrush these with. That will always make these pop a lot more than painting them. I would recommend painting them if you're going to use like apple barrel or folk art paints. I would suggest that you use that as the first layer of paint, and then use your airbrush. Then with the airbrush accents on it, it'll definitely pop. So if I place these here, they'll definitely reach across, so that's great. And I can always use that extra paper that's hanging off right there for the rest. Let's see. I might have to go this way, guys. You know? There we go. I'm making sure that I'm eyeballing it to see that if I have enough. And it looks like I will have enough if I cut these myself. So that's what I shall do. Another tedious part of the craft, but if you want it done right, you gotta do it yourself, as they say. Okay, so now that we know what we're going to do for that, I'm going to leave this part for a later time. I'm actually going to put down, I'm going to make a video with a link, hopefully in the chat, in the comments, for you guys to find those plastic sheets yourselves. I got them from Amazon. They're really just plastic crafting sheets. You can find them in all different shapes, well, sizes, more like it. Some comments were filtered because y'all want to be spicy. Guys, what's up with that? I gotta go, brother. I'll catch you later. Yo, Cash, thanks for hanging out, man. Thank you for hanging out with the pre-show, and for hanging out as long as you did here today, and for the ice cream. That was dope. We are at 7.5K. I really, really appreciate that. I know that the algo always wants it to be like around 10K to start passing it around more. Hopefully we can get there so that I can open an action figure for everyone coming in for that. And I did put my magnets. I did do that. One of the details that I missed sharing with you guys for the brick wall was we have to follow through on this pattern. By follow through, I mean we have to continue it on the edges. So if you have your ruler at hand, that's what we're going to do now. And this is basically set up for us already. Where your brick line is, that's what you're going to be using as a guide. And then you're just going to make your mark from bottom to top on all of these bricks right here. And that's what we're doing right now. I will show you as soon as I finish this line so that you can see what it's meant to look like. I do this so that the pattern isn't lost when you rotate your diorama. If I can make it to where you don't lose the flow of your imagination, you know, when you're looking at these, that's my goal. That's why I add these extra details. Not everyone does it, though a lot of people are starting to catch up and realizing that it's better to continue the pattern and to decorate the back of it instead of just leaving it blank, exposing the original color of the foam, or just blackwashing it. When there's certainly going to be projects where it won't be needed because, let's say, a collector will say, no, it's going to be placed in this way. I'm never going to see the back of it. It's okay. And that's when you know that's okay. But when you know that it's going to be a display for an open table, you want to continue those patterns all the way to the back. Yo, Drost, man, thank you so much for hanging out in here. I know it's not the most fun thing for everyone out there to see the process. Trust me, I like the money shots as much as everyone else does. So thank you so much for trucking it through with me. This, again, just part of it. If I challenge myself to do it fast, I know I can do it, but then I'm too afraid of having those imperfections, you know. So that's why I try to slow myself down when I catch myself going a little fast because I'm anxious. Remember, it's just part of the process. There we go. Now, let me show you what that looks like here. Let me show you guys what that looks like here. And so, what I'm going to do next, because we're not done yet, is you're going to want to make a mark on the half-inch, half-inch down into the, make a mark half-inch down at the borders of it, corners of it. There we go. I know I can eyeball this, but it always bothers me if I get it wrong, because you can see, if you eyeball it, there's a chance you're going to be off a little bit, and when you use your line to align them, you're going to see how it wobbles and turns uneven. You don't want uneven lines. Make them as straight as possible. And because this ruler is not long enough, I'm going to get my best friend, my yardstick, and I'm going to use it. I think I'm going to stand for this part just so that it's easier on me. You guys can check out that beautiful break pattern while I do this part, and I'll show you as soon as I'm done. Okay. Just trying to line it up. There we go. And remember, when you do this part, you have to pay attention to the brick that is on the edge. You don't want to make the half mark on the wrong brick, because I just did that. Here, I'll show you. I made the mark on the wrong brick. That doesn't make sense. That was supposed to be on this guy. So, like I said before, if you make mistakes with your foam, yo, thank you, man. Thank you for that ice cream. If you make mistakes with your foam when you're lining it up, you're gonna need your sanding block. I got this little thing right here, and that's what we're gonna use to erase these mistakes. Let me go at it really quick, and then I'll show you. This isn't the biggest deal to see 1 or 2 bricks properly and improperly lined up. I don't know how to describe that, but it's not the biggest deal. But when you're this fresh into it, you want to learn how to correct your mistakes instead of just letting them fly. Alright, and it seems like it's erased enough. And now I can adjust to that and draw these lines on the proper side. I'm gonna see if I can use this one after all. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I definitely cannot see my screen right now, so if y'all talking, I am so sorry for missing out on something. Okay. So as you can see, this is not whoa. What am I talking about? You can't see it. Okay, now that I've successfully divided them in the proper manner, you can see how much more depth, how much more character it gives it when the pattern wraps around. I think that just looks a lot cleaner. And of course, we're gonna do the same thing to the other. We can't just leave one looking really cool and the other one looking bare. What's up, Justin? It's been a minute. Once we line up our marks, then we can go ahead and add the dividing lines to indicate that the brick design is going as planned. Honestly, if I could make a tool up that will help me do this part a lot quicker, I would so be there. Okay. Come on, tool. There we go, baby. Whoop, whoop. Alright, and now to make sure that they're in the right area, first one down, and voila. Alright, now our brick design wraps around. If you guys are making this at home, did you get a chance to go over your bricks with your X-Acto? If you did not, I will be continuing that part of this. While I do that, why don't we talk some action figures? What's the last pre-order you signed up for? Did you get it already? I'm still waiting for my dang M Bison. Jada Toys, take my money. You know who ended up taking my money for that though, for my pre-order? It was Nerdzoic. I ordered mine from Nerdzoic, and I emailed them the other day telling them, yo, I'm seeing everybody else play with their M Bison, where's mine at? And Nerdzoic, it just has this really quick response time for anything that you text them about. It's probably because they have like a chat thing on their website. And anyways, they ended up messaging me within like the hour or so, reminding me, well, that doesn't get shipped until later this month. Hold your horses. And, you know, business talk. I thought that was cool. They had speedy, you know, response time, but I'm still fiending for that action figure, you guys. In a way, I know I'm a toy collector. I was talking to John about this, but I don't really consider myself a toy collector like I used to be. Now I'm spending all my money on art supplies so I can feed the habit. And obviously because, you know, I got commissions lined up that I need to get working on. Ooh. Jean Grey and Phoenix. Oh my god! Didn't they just put that on Hasbro Pulse? Bro, she looks dope. I think the main gripe for that action figure, not for me, but I've heard others talking about it because I didn't pre-order it, so I can't really like pick on it too much. But what was it, like $40 for an action figure and the accessories that she comes with? I'm just like, somebody's getting boned here. That's a lot of money for one figure and like a new accessory. A lot of us speculate that it's them testing the market to see what they, in for better, or for better terms, get away with, or lack of better terms with that. And a part of me kind of agrees. They're a big company. They gotta be testing the waters to see what makes them the most profit. And sometimes I disagree with their pricing and some of the materials that they use, like hard plastics for capes, skirts, shirts, that anything really with hard plastic that hinders articulation is just like a pet peeve for me, because they had the technology, right? $50, see, bruh. That's so crazy. $50 for a Jean Grey. Like, what's incredible is that you can get one of those, like, you can definitely get one of those props from like a third market, seller, like a different toy company is what I'm trying to say, for cheaper. But because we're paying for a brand name, they're definitely gonna upcharge that. See here, you saw that I dragged my blade instead of pulled. So what was the mantra from yesterday, guys? It was point, press, pull. Point, press, pull. Sometimes I'm just finding myself repeating that, and I'm like, you've been working too long. But yeah, $50 for a Jean Grey seems like a little bit steep. I don't know if they're doing the whole character favoritism thing too. That's always bugged me. Like, I don't know. I just think it's wrong. I just think it's wrong for them to charge $50 for an action figure that we know is like a loved character. The fan tax is what we're calling it, and that's it just rubs me the wrong way, because it kind of hinders other characters in their lines. It's rare, in my opinion, that they give the obscure characters as much love as they do an MCU action figure or a favorited character like Iron Man or Spider-Man. Like, if it's got a spider on it, I immediately know that I'm gonna be paying at least $3 more for that character than an obscure one. And yet, I don't know. I'm probably going on a tangent about pricing, but for many reasons. One, I'm broke, and two, I just like being annoying to them. I bet they are looking at the amount of plastic they are using on the bird. I mean, that's a good point. It is a hunky, it is a big chunk of bird, and those effects are great looking. But how many heads does it come with? I think only 2, right? The one it has, the main one, and then an alternative one. How many hands does it come with? These are the questions that I have. I know I took screenshots because I was gonna make a video about it, but I just haven't gotten around to it to remember. Press, pull. Point, 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 press, pull. I'm going to be speaking in mantras if I keep this up. Me and my therapy session. Point, press, pull, baby. And then they're going to be like, oh my god, what? Just totally take it out of context. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get in trouble in therapy. Don't do that. So, as you saw, I am going I'm going against what I normally said I would do. I wanted to do 2 lines at a time, but I kind of just started having fun with it, so I was all over the place. So I apologize for that. Keep it simple for you. Point, press, pull. Do 2 lines at a time if you want. But try not to lose track of the ones that you've already divided, just so that when you go to separate them with your pencil, you don't drag your pencil through an uncarved line and then create grooves that you don't want to see. Remember, we are trying to achieve a clean look right now. The weathering will come in later. You know what we're doing right now? Point, press, pull. Point, press, pull. Point, press, pull. Point, press, pull. See that? I've forgotten that one, and look at that. There's one that wasn't cut. Oh my goodness, did I forget a whole line? Oh, it looks like you got. Might have just forgotten you. Sorry, guy. I don't like to leave you unattended. There we go. Point, press, pull. Wow! Who is hitting me up with those? Dr. Monster, what's up? ¿Qué onda, cuate? Cuate? Cuate's a firework, right? Yo, sneaky gnomes up in here. It should have an LED for that price though. Bro, speaking facts, I just saw that comment. That would be great if it did. Not to use that as another reason to complain, but like you mentioned that, right? And I totally agree with you. For those prices, it should definitely have a little bit more. I feel like Hasbro has definitely evolved as a company to the point where they can start adding lights and sounds to their action figures, especially for something as big as a Sentinel. ¿Qué onda, bro? Nada, nomás trabajando en este proyecto. Es un proyecto que va a ser un regalo para un amigo que me dio un action figure. Oh, ya te lo enseñé. Te enseñé este action figure que alguien creó y le quiero decir gracias y pues con este proyecto lo voy a hacer. I just told a friend that I am working on a diorama that I plan to give as a gift to the man that customized this action figure based off of myself. If you guys didn't know, I'm kind of bilingual, but mainly not. There you go. Alright, so right now I'm just going to check my lines to make sure that they are all what is this? Cut through. Point, press, pull. 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 That should be on a t-shirt. Point, no, never mind. I take that back. Without the context of working on crafts, that's just not the thing to say these days. I know that I want "What's up, F words" on a hat or a beanie. That'd be dope. If you guys know people that make merch, hit me up, man. Like, hit me up. Okay. so you can. What you see me doing right now. I know my eyes work. I even got my glasses on, but sometimes running my finger through it will let me know that I missed the spot, and that's what I'm doing just in case. So I'm not just double checking, I'm triple checking with my fingers. Cause yeah, okay. It feels like this half is done. That's awesome. And now I'm going to go over it with a pencil and just start dividing these bricks with it. Oh, don't tell me that was a line I missed. Nope, okay. Once I finish dividing these, I will be texturing them. The texturing will be optional for anyone that is working on a brick design at home. I am a fan of both styles. Ooh, here's one I missed. Right on. Let's do this neighbor line right here too. Okay. Point, press, pull. Point, press, pull. And see, the natural weathering that comes from dividing them with your pencil is going to give them that rough edge look. There will be times where you won't need to divide them. It will be comfortable without the divided look, which is totally fine. We could have done this from the beginning, but I'm trying to teach you guys just like the basics that will follow, that you'll eventually discover. If this is your first time making one of these, you're gonna learn a lot from this, especially if you're gonna repeat this at home. And then from then on, you know, you can choose to repeat or go the other route. And obviously this is the more tedious one when you have to like individually separate all these bricks, but I'll tell you what though, it has a beautiful look to it, and by the time that you need to add light spackling on it, you're gonna see the difference from it not being divided compared to divided style. Who is calling me through their computer? Sorry guy, I'm at work. Sorry, I'm crafting. That should be on a shirt. You ever do 1/18th? 1/18th? Is that for like 3.75 action figures? Yo, what's up, Retro? Sorry I missed your hellos. It is, okay. I actually don't. Not that there's anything wrong with that scale. It's just that I don't have any action figures in that scale. And for me to start a project for those, I would definitely need some in my collection, just so that I'd have something to go off of. Because if I just made them, I feel like they would be a little wonky. I tried to at one point, and I can definitely bring that diorama out on a different day. I did try, but I don't know if I succeeded, because again, I don't have any action figures of that scale. Ooh, another line I missed. See, this is why you needed to do 2 lines at a time, Octavio. Come on, Taven. There we go, bud. Okay, looks like this is caught up. I do have this tool here. I use it to divide my Gundam sets. You making that for yourself or for a customer? I'm actually making it as a gift. What's up, my Geek Easy? I'm making this for Leon. I have this tool here, but I have less control over it, and it ends up going over my other bricks. Maybe I can control this flow a little easier. It's just that this plastic on foam kind of gets stuck. So by the and it's such a short distance here that as soon as I start using give it a little oomph, it kind of like drags onto the other one. Oh, okay, it's doing a little better job. Let's do that then. Is there a difference? Is there a visual difference, or is it the same? Pretty much looks the same. I'm gonna stick to my pencil, y'all. Okay. Ooh, another one that I missed. I tell you what, if this was one of those platforms, I'd say we can make this a drinking game. Except for I don't drink and I'd have to use water, and that's not gonna be fun for anyone. Let's keep hitting those likes, yo. Dang, almost at 10,000. I'm sailing away. Gonna do it like this, and like that, and like this, and like that, and like this, and look at that. I'm getting a little overachiever over here and doing 4 lines at a time. Ooh, baby. I wonder how many lines I'm dividing, you know what I mean? Like, for every brick. Like, dang. I had this guy on my chat come in here. You guys might know him. I don't want to, like, name drop him or anything right now, but he created this tool that will make these bricks go a lot quicker. I've been wanting to make my own version of that tool because it looks like it could be a lot of help. One of the things that I fear though is the drag that it will have. I know I want to cut corners because of just how tedious this is. But you know, until I make that tool, this will have to do. I came at the perfect time. I wanted to know how this was always done. Yo, yes you did, sir. Yes you did. Justin, are you in here? If you're in here, say what's up, bro. I was just talking about having fun on your live yesterday. You were watching that Back to the Future, and I had just watched it the other day. That guitar solo. Go, Johnny, go, go. Oh! See what I did? See what I did there? This is around the time where making these little mistakes isn't going to be the biggest deal, you guys. I know I'm probably overreacting on my own actions here. It's not a big deal at all. What you're doing is giving these bricks some character and some weathering. I call it weathering because they always turn out perfect, in the sense of like it's matching the atmosphere. You know what I mean? The bigger picture is a weathered look, so like it's totally fine. The only times that I get a little wary about what I'm doing is when my pencil or my blade end up dragging too hard on this foam and it starts ripping the foam instead of cutting it. You don't want those rips, because then too many of those rips will kind of show that you don't have control of the tool you're using, and that's really what you want to master. You want to master control of the tools that you are using, even if it's just a pencil, even if it's just a little razor blade. You want to be able to make smooth cuts, follow your cuts in the same direction for the most case, and not use, you know, unnecessary strength on these projects. Right now I am still pointing, pressing, and pulling. With a different tool, it's going to have a different effect on it. the razor did its part. Maybe I didn't go deep enough on a cut here and there, and which is why my pencil is being pushed back out. But that's totally fine. Like I said, these are meant to be weathered looking, you know? So I'm not going to lose any sleep over some of these imperfections, because that's just part of giving these projects character. I am going over some of my lines just so that they look kind of more even. Depending on what side you start from and pull to the other, you will see how it carries from brick to brick. And they'll kind of, yeah, you'll see how it carries. But what you can do to adjust that, because at the tip of the bricks that you are edging here, you're actually going to be dragging some of that foam, and there's going to be a little peak that crosses onto these other lines. And what we do to adjust for that is easy enough. We just run our pencil from one corner to the other, from one end to the other. It's going to cover most grounds, but if you don't give it enough space, it's not going to do its job. That light spackling is going to look so good on here, guys. Like the grout looking look. I've always loved that look. I thought it was very unique when I was first starting. I didn't know how people achieved that. I honestly thought people just painted them in. And then, you know, and then I saw some tutorials after I got, you know, I think after I got to the point where I was like, okay, I've tried this enough on my own. I learned things on my own. I want to give other people a shot. Let me learn from them. And then I saw it, and I was blown away. Blown away in the way that they were just so creative. Taking real life experience and using it for your dioramas. I was like, oh, magic. That's what I love. Attention into details, and they were definitely paying attention, y'all. Definitely knew what the assignment was, as they say. I don't know who's they, because I don't hang out with brats. But I hear it said. Ooh, here's a line I missed. Yo! Y'all been seeing my bald head for a minute. Let me catch up with some of these comments. We are watching the second one tonight. I'll try and join, bud. I know around the time that I usually hop in to say what's up, I'm either about to play with the squad, you know, because we gotta get our Call of Duty on, or I'm hanging out with the husband. Mikey Keezy, if you're still in here, brother, thank you for hanging out with me, man. He also said, gotta bounce, love ya. Might go live sometime soon with the wife. That'd be awesome. I'll join that. I'll join in there, bro. TNT, it's TNT time. What's up? I'm just chilling, man. Showing the process on making this brick wall. It's going well. A little repetitive. I think the fun part for this will be when I have to start painting it. How are you doing though? I saw that you found your. I saw that you found a transformer you were really excited about. I get a kick every time that I see you in the store and you're like, it's TNT time. Like I'm waiting one day for you to ask the. Bro, if you asked the lady to use the loudspeaker to say it's TNT time and got a chance to record that, save that clip and use it to like start all of your videos. That would be awesome. You guys, if you want TNT to do something crazy like that, hit him with the TNT emojis over and over. Yeah. You just look like you're having a lot of fun, especially on that last video, bro. I could definitely tell you you hit like the serotonin was hitting you. Point, press, and pull, and go back. Okay. And so now, I'm not just pointing and pulling, I'm going back to the lines that I've already engraved this pencil into, if that makes sense. See, Retro Man wants you to do it. Doing alright, that's good, man. Cool. Yo, question. Did you already... Oh no, of course you already did. Did you end up getting more dioramas from that one guy you went and visited? I couldn't remember his name to look him up. I don't know if it's inappropriate to ask, but could you send me his name through the messages? Because I'd really like to check his work out. I remember I saw something that was inspiring me, but I forgot what it was. Alright, so... It's tedious, I know, but it's totally worth the extra steps, guys. Sometimes. I'm gonna go over these lines because the first go over was to, you know, kind of open it up, and now I'm gonna go back and forth in them, and you'll see how much more open they are. It's gonna, like I said, the spackling is gonna look great in there. And yes, this is how much work I put into a diorama for myself. So if I put this much work into a diorama for myself, you better believe that I'll put it that much work and more into a diorama for someone else, especially if they're for a commission. You know what I mean? Because if I kept all the good stuff, I wouldn't be making money. And if you guys feel like, I don't know if anyone's working on this, but when you do, if you feel like this is too much, I understand. It's your first project, maybe, and it's a little overwhelming. So, you know, for you guys on your first one, you can definitely cut some corners. One run through it is fine. I do this because I'm just used to doing, you know, the multiple runs over it. And if you want to, so you're not sitting there waiting for me, you can always run your texturing tool. Again, I'm using this nice geode that I have, and you can texture randomly in spots that you so fit. I would suggest do something like one here, another one here, and then the third one up there, and some light runs through the middle of those. If you want to wait for me to do that part on mine, that's totally cool too. I'm just giving you guys options in case you have already separated your bricks enough for your liking. Remember, I want you to have fun when you do this. I want you to do this with your own style too. I'm just teaching you the foundation of it. These are concepts that can carry on to other projects, and they will. So if you feel like you got it down, go ahead and move on to that part, and I'll try and catch up to you as smoothly and quick as possible. But for me, you see how much more ground I have to cover. Doesn't that divided brick look so much better though? Gives it depth, it pops more. Woo! Here, I'll show you guys over here too. You can tell which one has the wider divided bricks over here, or the wider division. Yeah, I'll go with that. I English sometimes. You can see one run, two runs. Boom. I like this one better just because it's gonna take on the light spackling a lot easier. Okay, where did I... There you go. Oh, did I not go over these? How dare I? Why do you use that for? Spackling? Oh, yeah. I do that so that I can add some of this lightweight spackling on it. That, if you recall, I know you saw the the Dualrama, patent pending, that I made for Drost Beef. That's why I did the double run on them, so that I can add the spackling. That white in between the bricks, pure spackling. I use lightweight spackling. I don't want to use the heavier stuff or anything that might have a chemical that can burn through the phone. I'm not familiar with all that. I'm not all that familiar with all different types of spackling. But if it's too heavy or whatever, I'm not gonna use it. Just because, remember, mailing these ain't cheap, and they definitely charge by the weight. So use the light stuff. Save yourself some money if you're gonna, mail it or something like that. By the way, guys, thank you. We're 2 ice cream cones away from me running away from this and going to get ice cream at the store. Though I have to wait for Friday. Friday's payday. I might just... Friday's payday and cheat day. Yo, what's up, Cube Owner? You caught me crafting, bro. Again, you guys, thank you for joining. If you don't know, I am live on Roku TV right now. You can find us through the DIY channel. I'm also on YouTube's under Keyboard Adventures. Also, that is my channel on Roku. And I'm here on the Tiki Talkies. We do have new hours from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. That's 2 to 4 Pacific time. I stream for 2 hours, just crafting away. We are on episode 7, I believe. And we are continuing our work on this brick wall backdrop for our personal dioramas. Personal for you, it's a gift for someone else from me. But I wanted to teach you guys how to make this brick wall because it's been asked for so many times. It's probably the most popular diorama layout that you'll see out there. Just because of a lot of our superheroes that we, collect and love, they're always fighting for some reason in the dark alleyway. There's Crime Alley for Batman when he lost his parents. There's Spider-Man when he threw down his costume. And just stuff like that. So a lot of people like that look. They like the cityscape look. And if you know how to make this, the next features that we learn how to make, once you put them together, your projects are gonna pop so much more. Not just by looks, but we'll also do some magic with some painting here. We'll go over some painting techniques and different ones. This is the second time going over these dividing lines, just because I need them to be open enough for me to add some spackling in there. And I feel like going over it 2 times is so much better than the single one. You can see, I can see a slight difference, and it's going to be more visible once the spackling is added. Yo, did we reach that goal? Alright, and we got to 10K. You guys, you know what that means, right? I get to open an action figure. Alright, did you see it? Ah, dang it. Alright, this is the time where you want to send this out to your friends. I'll wait for I'll wait just a little bit longer, but send this out to your friends. I'm gonna do an unboxing. I know a lot of people are get more excited about that. But let's see if we can get some more people in here. If not, I will just do it in like the next 3 or 5 minutes. But yeah, let's do an unboxing. Let's get some more people in here first. Again, thank you to everybody that has joined. We did reach a 10K like goal. We are at 10.3Ks. I had this crazy idea that if we ever got to 30K, I would paint with my beard. But honestly, I need to prep what I'm gonna paint. I'll paint a smiley face to begin with. Nah, I couldn't do that. Can you imagine if I just straight up calligraphied something onto like a canvas with my beard? That'd be silly. Ooh, I missed the line over here. How did that happen? Oh, I know how. I was lollygagging. I was shenaniganing. Yo, thank you guys for sharing that. Really appreciate it. I'm just gonna take one more second to go over this, and then in like a minute or two, I will be doing this unboxing. I'll show you what it is though, so we can get people excited. It is this Marvel Legends Angel. This was also another gift that I got. I will be doing a breakout video of this action figure. Yes, I still make those. They just take forever to make because I'm constantly taking and retaking pictures. If you guys do toy photography yourself or stop motion, you know you're taking like hundreds of pictures and then only using like 10 of them. No, I kid, but it just takes a long time for me to set up the giant diorama, for me to do the all the unboxing parts to it, and that consists from, you know, going over it with the blade and doing one pose to the other and stuff like that. So in like a few minutes I will open this up for you guys. I just really want to finish these lines, otherwise I'm gonna lose my place like I think I just did. I think this was the line I was at. So earlier I was talking about, I was repeating point, press, and pull, because it's not just one thing to learn that you have to obviously take your blade through to your marks, but properly doing it and being able to have proper control of everything that you use, include every tool that you use, is also important. It is important to me, so I hope that whoever's crafting out there takes it as important as I do, because that's really what I want to teach, the concept of, you know, properly using your tools. There's times where you're just going to feel relaxed and you're going to cut some corners, and guess what? I do it too, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just at least knowing the proper way so that, you know, your mind can kick in and be like, oh yeah, do it this way. And it'll achieve wonders for you guys, because I've heard this saying a lot: you gotta learn the rules first before you break them. So I guess I'm trying to teach you stuff like that without being so, I don't know, abrupt about it or annoying. But if I am being annoying, just let me know in the chats. If you guys send a galaxy, I'll stop talking if you want. Okay, I can't wait. I want to open this guy now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a little unboxing with y'all. We got 45 minutes left anyways, and I feel like this is going to be real quick. So let's get this guy out of the box. We're going to break the seal. Oh no, it's lost all collector value now. Whew. Well, first off, I gotta say that I am liking this box art. Angel was one of my favorite characters when I was younger. I was, without getting too into it, I did have a religious you know, like bringing up, and so I really gravitated towards a lot of angelic and demonic characters. But after, you know, facing out of that, even after facing out of that, I still, you know, hold them like dear to me in one way or another. Just the expression of their, just the way that they would express them, just still I adore. But today we're talking about this angel, Angel from X-Men. In his plastic prison, he looks really sweet. I wish that with all this extra space though, and all around him, that they would add more accessories. I don't know if it's just me, maybe like I ask for too much, but honestly, more accessories would be great, Hasbro. Like he doesn't have hands to hold stuff, which I'm just like, they could have given him that. And he's got a really creepy smile on his second head. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I would love to have like an action, you know, like a screaming face or something. But, you know, it's an angel. You gotta go with the soft looks. So let's pop this guy out of here. You know what I want to do really quick though? I'm gonna move this board because if you've been handling this foam board, you know it's pretty sensitive to touch. Even putting weight on it will create indents. So I'm gonna put this up here so that I don't rest anything on there that will add extra details that I definitely don't want. Alright, let me aim this one down. Okay, and first off, the articulation on this guy, beautiful. Except for, I wish they would given him the butterfly joints. But you can tell here with the way that they made these peg holes for his wings. That's probably the reason why he doesn't get butterfly joints, because it'd probably be hindering the those butterfly joints that I'm talking about. Oh, what's going on over here? Yo, Bill Haley's up in there. What's up? Okay, so we got the pinless technology on this new figure. And I'm kind of happy that they gave us another angel. I have the Archangel, the one that came with Apocalypse's claw. That one came with a lot more accessories, a lot more facials, a lot more heads to swap out. This doesn't feel stuck at all. This is great. I didn't get one of those that has the loose hips or the loose legs, which is something we all want. You know, we want proper quality control on these. I don't want. Oh, here's one of the first joints that's kind of stuck there. Yeah, I get kind of scared sometimes with these pinless technology. You know, like I get a little wary because the knees sometimes on these, when they get stuck and you try to force it, you'll break it at right under the kneecap. I'm not gonna do that with this. I'm just saying that's one of the things that's happened to me before in other action figures, like. Did you guys see that? Okay. And you know the joint is pretty stiff when it starts getting this coloration on it, when you're trying to maneuver the joints to move. I don't want to do that. What's going on over here? Looking good so far. La 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 la. Okay. Sure. Yeah, everything else feels great on this guy. I think it was just those knees that were scaring me. It's pretty easy to move. Oh my god. Why is that plastic smell so good though? You know? Oh, it passes the smell test every time. Oh gosh. I think if it didn't pass the smell test, I would call it a bootleg and be like, where's my chemically smell? JK. But you know what I'm talking about, right? I think people who have rooms full of action figures know what I'm talking about. Like, there'll be days that I don't come into my art room, you know, for a couple of days. Then I open the door up and all I can get is that, like, you know, plastic action figure smell, and I'm totally down for that. That's pretty cool. I don't know. You'd think it's a weird thing if you don't collect action figures, but people that collect action figures, I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm doing. Y'all know what it's about. I'm gonna pop these hands out of there. Like I said, it comes with 2 different hands. Well, it comes with 2 extra hands. They're slightly different from each other. This one looks like he's reaching and missed it, and the other hand looks like he just shot like a free throw, you know. But they're different, and they're accessories. In my opinion, the perfect Marvel Legend would come with at least 5 accessories, which means an extra head, which they have for this one, whoop whoop, and then the other, either extra hands like this, an extra set, which this would be it, or some accessories. You know, nowadays they're coming up with all sorts of accessories that express movement. Let me show you a really good example of one. This Son Goku effects pack right here has everything that that you want. Like I mean, I want this. I wanted something like this, and when they made it, I went and immediately picked one up. And by picked one up, I mean I ordered it from Amazon. But nonetheless, this is one of the splurges that I indulged in, because these are just great for expressing your action figures. And I really believe that Hasbro is doing a good job of what they're giving us, but some of their effects need to be updated in manners like this, because their power effects, you know, the ring effects or whatever that go around the wrist, they're just not cutting it anymore. All these electric effects, they're great, but they've been used over and over and over again, that they really need to make a new effect for their action figures. The blast effects. I'm getting carried away talking about what could have been. Let's check out what is awesome about this action figure though. To some people, the character itself, you know, like this guy is the main course. But to me, the way we can express him is mine. And what helps that express this guy? His beautiful wings that it comes with. Like, look at these babies. Like, dang. Tell me you don't want to go to church right now. Shoot. I don't even go to church, but this looks like just fun. It's fun, you know, when you fall into a lore and bring it into something else without having it represent that. It's just cool, and by that I mean, like, we all know some of his backstory. You know, he isn't pushy about like the whole aspect of an angel. He's just called Angel because of his wings, and his relevance to being the angel. What was it? Archangel for Apocalypse of 4 Horsemen. Yes, biblical stuff, but when it's expressed through comic books, you know they're gonna tweak it. I'm kind of rambling about it, guys. I guess I just think about it a lot. You know, this was one of my favorite characters when I was younger, and I remember why. You know, he brought good times for me, and the way that these wings were made, my goodness. Like, what? Look at that. That's just so beautiful. Now, if only they did that for Falcon. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these are great. These are too cool. Whew. You can cover yourself. Oh man, that's so cool. It's just too dang cool, you guys. Wow. I'm just that wow about it. Okay. Hitting it with the extra head sculpt. Yeah, bro, you just look creepy. I'm gonna put that other one back. There we go. I like that better. That's dope. Thank you to the guy that got me this. Thank you for signing it. I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I wonder if he's top heavy. Oh, he is definitely gonna be top heavy. Okay, to stand, he stands perfect, right? If I want to do any weirder, right, not weird, but any sort of dynamic pose. Ooh, let's see what I can achieve. Well, looks like it's going to be a little harder for us to hit those obscure poses. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a little harder for me to pose them like that. Obviously, I'm going to use some tacky, some museum putty for those. But I love this. This is great. If I were to give it some respect and make a diorama for it, what would I make for him? So we know he's a rich guy. He hangs out with the X-Men and Excalibur. Maybe being in maybe like, you know, maybe like in a mansion type of library scenario. I think I could see him hanging out in there with, like, you know, Captain Britain or something. Maybe on the castle, like top of a castle. I remember a few episodes when in X-Men. That's where you saw him take off from. Something like that. Yeah. I guess that's where I would go with. Apocalypse's ship. That's a good one. Yeah, this is cool. This is definitely cool. I can see why a lot of people were really digging it when it first came out, you guys. Like, how could you not? I just like this with the wings up like that, you know? He's peacocking. He's peacocking. What would his like, because you know how birds have like mating dances, you know, to like attract partners. What would his be? Would he do the gritty or something with his wings? Can you imagine that? Yo, what's missing Nano? Or the sewers where they found him and nailed him to the wall. Oh my god, that is dark, bro. That comic, what? I'm gonna need to watch what I read. I guess I didn't remember that. Okay. So we have a different pose. Yeah. Kind of just opened up. I guess he kind of looks better from this angle, to be honest. Man, do you guys remember Zoran's, or whose was it? I think it was the Vulture's wings that fold inwards, and somebody else's wings did that. I wish they would have added that extra feature to this, because if you could have used his wings as a shield, you know, like from frontwards, that would have been so much doper. That would have been dope city. Dope.com even, you know what I mean? And you could cross them all crazy like that. Oh, no, that's too much of a crossover right there. Yeah. I could probably play with this for hours, you guys. This looks cool. And I'm wondering now, how many people have customized other action figures by buying this character and using these wings for different characters, you know, for their customs. Let me take them apart. You are action figure number 2. That's going to be on. You're on my breakout video list, but I gotta do a breakout video of you coming out of your box with the wings just going all out. I really want Angel. Running Lights. You should, if you get a chance to, brother, you should definitely pick him up. He's definitely worth it. I am gonna start putting him back in his box though, because I gotta get back to this crafting. I had a good time. It took me down memory lane, kind of ranted about my old feelings, but I hope I didn't annoy anyone with that. Promise not to do it too much, but that's what these do for you, you know? They take you back to a different time. I definitely appreciate that. If I were to have opened this and I didn't feel any sort of emotion for it, I would have been a little bit upset, to be honest. But it made me feel the stuff. Put that tape back on there, and the extra head. The extra head looks creepy, y'all. I'm not gonna lie. Like that's creepy. This figure is great. It definitely is, man. I'm just showing off like the creepy face it has. I don't know why. I just don't like that smile. I don't like that smile. I would have appreciated a screaming head instead over that. But we got what we got. This was a gift. And no matter what, when you're gifted something, you treat it with respect and you appreciate it for what someone did for you. You know, they thought of you, they sent it to you, they could have sent it to anyone else, but they chose you to give you a gift. So, I respect and love this guy even more because of that. So, to the person that decided to remain anonymous for gifting me this, thank you so much. We talk just about on a daily basis. You may not be watching right now, but I really appreciate it, brother. He's gonna go back in his prison, his little plastic paper prison. And again, that box art, beautiful. So freaking beautiful. Yeah, I'm enamored by this. I'm gonna send that guy a bunch of thank yous, even though I'm pretty sure people get tired of how much I thank them all the time. By the way, have I said thank you to you guys yet? Thank you for all the likes, for all the comments, for the gifts that you guys sent, for your patience, and for your, you know, participation in this live. Okay, back to it. So I can tell where it's divided now just because it's easier to look at. Remember guys, if your eyes start hurting from like staring at the same thing for forever, like when you're working on a project, you should give yourself a little break. Like just putting this away for those like 10 minutes or however long I did that for, I feel a little rejuvenated. I can actually see these lines a lot clearer. I didn't have to like look forever for the spot where I was at. And sometimes you might get a different perspective on your project, and that always helps too, especially when you're stuck. Ooh. Speaking of stuck, my pencil got stuck there for a second. There we go. There we go. Hop out. Hop out. Or go in. In or out, buddy. You can't just linger on the top. There we go. I'll look for it. That's great. Oh, I'm sorry that I missed those messages there, bud. Like I said, you probably caught it. That it was a gift. It was a gift. I believe he gifted it to me because I sent him stuff in the past, and probably just because we're cool friends like that. But yeah, I couldn't tell you how much it was. But if I find out how much it was, I might do a review and give my opinions on it because I got it for free. Regarding like, I guess I didn't need to say that, but is anybody else hot? Okay, once I finish this last row, I'm going to go horizontally on the horizontal lines. Okay, cool. And now I just want to run it through these. Yep. here is the point of the video where it turns into an ASMR video. Ooh, that was a squeaker. You guys hear that one? Oh, there we go. That's the line. Let's go, baby. Almost done, guys. So, once I finish doing this part of it, I'm going to cut a little piece of wood. I'm going to try and make it the size of these bricks. And we're going to actually push some of these in. And that'll add a whole different layer of depth to it. Alright. Now that I've successfully divided all these bricks up, I believe... Where did I put you? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this little piece of wood here that I have. I'll show you. Just a little piece of wood like this. I've seen other people use the flat side of Legos that match this size. So just to make sure that I have the right size, I'm going to make my line. Now, if you don't have the tool I'm about to use, you can always use, well actually, yeah, you can always use your snap blade or an X-Acto knife. Just be careful whichever tool you use, especially if they're sharp. These are called miter shears. Like, you know, handheld miter shears for crafting. These are great. You can buy these for about $16 to $18 on Amazon. And they're really good for when you need to cut molding with it. If you haven't seen my dioramas with the molding on it, then I guess you don't really have the example, but if you know what miter shears are, then you know what the purpose of these tools are. Okay, so now that I've cut a little piece of wood to cover a whole brick, I'm going to find individual bricks in here. I'm going to do it mainly random. And then I'm going to press N. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to use this tool. I kind of want to use the end of this pencil sharpener, but because it's got those circles there, it's probably going to leave that as marks, so I'm just going to skip on that. But it was very tempting for that second. Alright. So, pick a random brick. I'm just going to choose this one because it's really close to me, and we're going to press down. And you're going to press real hard. This is when you want to use all those big boy strengths. Get your big boy muscles out. We're going to push these as far in as you can. Okay. There's that. And so now I wonder if you can spot it. Yeah, you can spot it. Doing a few of these randomly in there will make it look, you know, I'll just give layers to it. Give it some depth. Maybe throw one up here closer to the top. You don't want to clutter them. You want them randomly in spots where your eyes can travel through the canvas that you're working on. Like one here, one there, opposite corners. A few that are lingering around, you know, but not touching. Don't make them touch. Not touching. Okay. That's another one. It's probably easier to see when I'm telling you guys right now. You gotta trust the process. These are these are details that are more visible when the project is done than at this stage. But nonetheless, like I said, just trust the process. Throw this on a few random bricks. You can go down 1 or 2 rows, then find one randomly, not too close to the other one that you just did, and move on to the next one that you do. If you feel like it's not going in deep enough, what you can do is you take your X-Acto knife and you make fresh cuts onto those bricks, just so that it's easier for you to press down, so you have less to fight against. Because trust me, this foam is durable and it's definitely gonna fight you back. See, that goes easier in there. Yeah, okay. I've done 3. If you have a hard time finding them, just angle your board and you'll be able to see where they are. I'm gonna do one. I'll give you an example of how close, the closest that I would put these together. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't fight me that much. Fresh cuts, and now press. And press. And press again! Alright. I don't know if you can even tell. Yeah, you can. This is as close as I would put them together. Make sure there's at least one brick separating them. Don't let them touch. Hope you guys can tell. I have a whole brick right here, a whole line of bricks separating them. This is how I would separate them and how close I would make them if I was to clutter them. So if you're not tired of brick designs yet, good, because on the next episode we're going to work on the right and left wall. And for those, you're going to need a whole new sheet of insulation foam. This is the Green Guard insulation foam. You can find this at Lowe's. This is the 1-inch project panel that they have. Again, this is 1-inch insulation foam. Green Guard specifically is the brand. Project panels. If you can at least remember that it's project panels, when you go to Lowe's and ask those beautiful helpers, they'll know what you're talking about. I was wondering if you were going to offset those bricks. Yo, Jay, what's up, buddy? Yes, sir. Oh, Massimiliano? Massimiliano? That's such a cool name. I am making... This is a backdrop, you know, a simple backdrop. I just wanted a brick wall. I wanted to show people how easy it is to make at home. If I would have not taken the breaks, you know, you'd be able to do this in the whole day. But here we take some breaks and work together. Got that there. This isn't a commission or anything. I think this is going to be a gift for this. I don't think, I know this is going to be a gift for someone that made me a custom action figure. If you want to see that action figure, let me know in the comments and I'll show you guys again. Sorry guys, my 1 o'clock and I'm a little sleepy, my eyes are closing. See you tomorrow. Later bro, thanks for joining, man. Are they in the insulation aisle? Yeah, I think they're either on that aisle or the one next to it. I usually see them in 2 different spots. Right next to the bigger sheets, you know, the 2-inch sheets that they have, or on the aisle over. And again, if you want to make it easier for you to press these down, just go over that specific brick again with your blade, like outline it, and you'll have less fight to push against. Or, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Good night, man. You have a wonderful night. Okay, making sure that I don't clutter them. I think that's enough of this corner. A wonderful technique to reverse this is you can actually make cuts, you know, like make individual bricks and then just glue one of those on top of these, on top of individual bricks here. And then you have protruding ones. What's the word for those that are hard when they protrude? Can you help me out with that? There's probably like a fancy name for it, or a word. And I'm over here just using caveman language. How about right here? Let's do one right there. Ooh. Okay. And let's just keep working these randomly in here. The random the better, and to be honest, you guys, I know I said earlier not to make them touch, but if you know, that's the design you want to go with, I guess I shouldn't be the guy to tell you not to do it, especially if, you know, it's your project. I'm just giving you guys the ways that I do it. If you learn something from it, right on. That's my goal. If you want to change it up a little bit, I'm all for it. There's one up there. Let's go for one break at the end here. Whoa. Oh, snap. I have 1 minute to go, you guys. I'm going to say have a great day. Thank you again for catching me. Remember to catch me on Roku TV, on YouTube under Cave Art Adventures, and here on TikTok. Everyone in Roku land, y'all have been awesome. Thank you for tuning in. You guys have a wonderful night.